Good morning, Heart Prague. Welcome back to our home. It's good to have you guys here with us today as we start this Easter week.
Thank you for joining us for coffee.
Yeah.
We appreciate it once again.
Chris and I were talking this morning about how different celebrating Easter looks this year. Usually we're busy working, preparing for something. I know the church had a huge Easter egg outreach plan for Saturday, which we're not doing. Typically our Easter weeks look a little bit different than what this one does. This one will pretty much consist of doing an online message, so it's a little bit different for our family.
But it doesn't change that it's still Easter, and Christ still came, and Christ still was resurrected, and lives were changed.
We were talking about how it's different in the fact that it's been stiller, it's been quieter, There's been time for more reflection, there's more time. I don't think quite as many of us plan on giving quite as much up for Lent this year as we have, or as being as quiet or as still as we have been. But in some ways it's been good because there's been more time to spend, there's been more time to think about it, there's been more time to be quiet and reflect and really appreciate Easter and Jesus. So
I think for us, we're really trying to take this time and grow in our faith as well. You know, no matter how long you've been at church or how long you've been a Christian, there's always room to grow. There's always more things to learn. And Amy and I are really trying to take this time and spend time with Christ and get to know Him better. We just want to encourage you, like we love to go to church and be able to, I guess, feed you when you come to church. Somebody will share a testimony. Somebody will share a word. There'll be a great song, the worship song that's being sung. But we want you to really just feed yourself because we don't know what life looks like. We know Christ is certain. We know that the future is certain in Him, but we don't know what's going to happen down the road. So we just want to encourage you to begin your life with Christ. If you're studying, really digging deep and trying to get deeper into Christ, we just want to encourage you to do that. One thing we do, we talked about this a little last week, is we get our Bibles and we grab a journal of some kind. This is my journal. It's got a lot of stuff in it, as you can see. But I write down everything I feel like Christ is speaking to me. And I know you do that as well. We have devotions we follow on YouVersion Bible app. We do a lot of devotions on that.
I don't like stuff on the app. I like actual books. So
even more preferably those actually holding a book.
Right, but I mean, I like to read something. I don't know. I don't like to read the Bible on my phone. That's how Chris and I are different. It just doesn't do it for me.
I do prefer reading this. I like this Bible better.
But I don't like the little phone devotionals. So I like something that I'm reading that follows along with what I'm reading. So
yeah, that's good though. I think it's really good. I think it's just whatever works best for you.
But do something.
Do something. Yeah, there's so many ways to start reading. I just want to encourage you real quick, like as far as the way you read the Bible. On Sunday we talked about Lazarus being resurrected from Jesus. We talked about how Mary worshipped. We talked about John chapter 12 is where it's coming from. I just want to encourage you to read that and really just think about yourself in that story as you read it. Think about what it must have felt like if your brother was the one that was raised from the death into life, or if your sister was raised from the dead. Just think about how you would feel and how you would respond, or how, if you were raised from the dead, how would you respond? And all of us, if we're Christians, we've been raised from death to life. We have. And this week is it's Jesus' resurrection. Remember to that. But this is also our resurrection story. It's also our life because Christ brought us life. So last thing I want to just encourage you to do is this week, read the scriptures. John chapter 12 is a great place to start. Finish through John. It talks all about Jesus' trial, his conviction, his condemnation, his death, his burial, and ultimately his resurrection. We'll talk about that on Sunday. But we want to just encourage you lastly to gather your communion elements.
Yes, find whatever you can to celebrate communion with your church family this week. It doesn't have to be typical. Your juice, your wine, your cracker, your bread, whatever you got your hands on. And we will take communion as a church family at the end of our service this Sunday.
Yeah, we can take it together. We don't even though we're apart, we don't have to not take communion together. So please do that. And then if you would, just put a picture of your family on your Facebook page or your Instagram account, or just you individually. And we just pray for all of you that have to be by yourself right now. We hope you have somebody around you. If you need us, please reach out to us. But just put a picture of you taking communion and just saying, God, I love you.
Yes.
Maybe hashtag Heart Jesus, so we can all be together and connected with that. But the most important thing is just to show that you love Jesus and take this time. Last thing from the passage on Sunday was Lazarus. Because of Lazarus, many people came to the faith. He testified. He talked about his life, and his life was a living testimony. So share your testimony because your story matters. It not only matters to you, but it matters to every single person that will hear it. Because if it's good news to you, once again, it's good news to everybody else. So we love you guys. Have a great week. Happy Easter. Talk to you soon.